Honorable MLA from Karnataka, Srimati Vinisha Nero garu మాట్లాడబోతున్నారు. గట్టిగా మనందరి చప్పట్ల మధ్య వారిని ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాం. శ్రీమతి వినీషా నేరో.
Due to paucity of time, I'm going to go straight ahead and say dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, the minority of men, a special good morning for supporting women issues, and all you strong, beautiful, talented young women and girls here. Yellarige namaskara and good morning. When I was called and asked to speak today, I was very happy about the topic, building your own identity and future vision, because this is a story of my life. I am not a politician. I didn't dream that I would be a politician. It wasn't even the last thing on my mind that I would be a politician. But life has its own way of making things work if you allow it to. When I started my career, I started in administration, and I'm from the corporate world. I worked for some of the best companies in the world, like Microsoft, Cisco, Clutch Group, Capital One, and Chandawakar and Thacker. It is indeed an honor to come from a corporate world into government service. All through the years that I worked in the corporate sector, I always went the extra mile to get involved in social work. And I was involved with my own community, the Anglo-Indian Association, and contributing in my own small way whenever I had the time. But that small contribution has paid big dividends and given me the honor and privilege not only to sit in the Karnataka State Assembly, but also to share the dais with so many eminent personalities. So when many people ask me this question, how did you change from corporate to government? I have come up with a very crisp explanation for that. From working for Windows and Bill Gates, today I work for people without Windows, without Gates, and lots of bills. I have just a few minutes, so I need to rush through my talk like the Rajdhani Express. So I'm going to share a few points as to what has helped me get where I am today. The first thing is to create your own brand of excellence. Whatever you choose to do that one thing with absolute excellence. Don't divide your attention on many things. Create an excellence so good that the world runs after you and chases you rather than you chasing the world for what you want. Be versatile, open, and take on challenges. Raise the bar of your own self, your own achievements. Be humble in whatever you achieve. Let your work speak for you, and you don't speak about your work. Take time to enjoy your success. Don't get too busy with what you're doing and without enjoying it, because you will burn out. Don't be afraid of failure. Failure is one of life's best lessons. Because if you don't fail, you don't know. Excuse me? Too much of talking, can you lower your voice? Sorry. If you don't know how good or bad you are, you will never continue to rise. Failure is something that tests your own strengths, your own weaknesses, and helps you to improve yourself. You want me to go there? No, I was talking about these people making a noise. You want me to move?
I'm talking about the clarity of the voice.
Okay, so I've been requested to go to the other side of the mic. Do that. So I was talking about failure. Don't be afraid of failure. It's okay if you fail. It's perfectly all right. No missile was tested and was successful the very first time it was launched. Nothing that's worth anything that's great is not something that has failed. It has failed and come through the fire, and only that's why it is so good. So don't be afraid to fail. Always be prepared to work with shifting goalposts. Don't give up if your goalposts shift. Keep your focus on your goal and not the goalpost. Very important. Think of solutions and not the problem. The problem needs just 2% of your time, and 98% of your time should be thinking about solutions. Because if we don't find solutions and we are so worried about the problem, we are not going to get anywhere and going to get stuck in the same problem. Have faith in God and believe that you are on the face of this earth for a purpose. My vision for this country today, I have so many, but to keep it to what today is about, I would like to see a country and a world where every woman is truly respected and protected by every man. When it comes to politics, don't be armchair politicians. Go out in the world and see where there is a hurt and try to heal the wounds. I'm sure that each one of you will find something that touches your heart. Fill that space with your love, your care, and your expertise. Talking about the Women Reservations Bill, I think we should stop talking about the Women's Reservation Bill and do something about it. We've talked about this for way too long and nothing is getting done about it. Last year, I was at an event for MLAs and MPs in Delhi in March, and this was discussed with such fervent vigor and commitments. It's almost a year and it hasn't moved an inch, or at least I don't know if it has moved. But I think it's high time that all of us women do something about making the bill a reality rather than just talking about it at conferences and seminars. The other thing that I would like to address about is the judicial system in our country. Why is there such a low conviction rate? What is the reason for 90 to 95% of perpetrators getting away with their crime against women? We need to have laws that protect women and not protect the perpetrator. If there is 95 people getting away with rape, then there are 95 ways and loopholes in the system that they are finding to get away, and we need to fix those loopholes. If we don't change that, fixing the loopholes and making people responsible, there is no dearth of laws. The problem is implementation of these laws. Every single police station in our country must be attuned to women and their rights and what happens. I would also like to say that in all parliaments and legislatures, we must have one day only for women issues to be discussed, where women in the parliament and in the legislative assemblies are given the first preference to speak. It's not that we don't want the men to speak. Yes, they can, but they can speak second for a change. And lastly, I want to tell every one of you women here, please raise your sons to be feminists. Because unless we change our generation of how boys treat women, we are not going to change this country. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. God bless each and every one of you.
శ్రీమతి వినీషా నేరో ఆనరబుల్ ఎమ్మెల్యే ఫ్రమ్ కర్ణాటక. వారికి ఒకసారి గట్టిగా చప్పట్లు అండ్ స్పీకర్ గారి చేతుల మీదుగా సత్కారం.